Hey guys, welcome back to the Music Mindset channel. I'm Mr. Mindset. Today we're going to get into Chuck Mangione, or Chuck Mangione, depending on what you know. Yeah, man, this guy right here is an incredible flugelhorn player, man. I remember him back in the day in high school when everybody was focused on learning how to play instruments, and Chuck came along and got on the limelight playing that flugelhorn on those songs like Feels So Good. And one of my favorite out of all of the ones that he did is that Give It All You Got. That tune right there brings back so many memories and stuff like that. And if you find value in this video, make sure you let us know. All right, let's jump right into it.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Chuck his flowers while he's still with us. Chuck was born Charles Frank Mangione on November 29, 1940 in Rochester, New York, and grew up in a musically rich environment with his mom, dad, sister, and brother. His dad was an amateur accordion player who exposed Chuck to a wide variety of music, from Italian folk songs to American jazz. Early on, Chuck and his brother Gap, also a renowned musician on piano, they formed a jazz combo called the Jazz Brothers, and recorded several albums in the early 60s. Chuck was greatly influenced by jazz legends like Miles Davis and Clifford Brown, but his unique sound, a blend of lyrical melodies and warm tone, was distinctly his own. From 1958 to 1963, Chuck went to Eastman School of Music in Rochester, New York, which is widely regarded as one of the most prestigious music schools in the United States. And in his college years, his talent was already undeniable. While there, he became friends with many musicians who would later become key figures in the jazz world. He even led the Eastman Jazz Ensemble for a time, showcasing his leadership and vision early in his career. By the late 1950s, Chuck was touring with Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, learning the art of improvisation and ensemble playing from one of the greatest band leaders in jazz history. This period shaped his ability to innovate while staying grounded in traditional jazz roots. In the late 1960s, Mangione made a pivotal decision to focus on the flugelhorn, an instrument with a softer, more expressive tone than the trumpet.
This here is my day job. My main squeeze over here. This is a flugelhorn. It kind of looks like a trumpet in its 6th month of pregnancy or something. So they're both fingered the same, everything is the same, but they have totally different sounds because of the size of the bore of the instrument. I was talking about the bore, talking about how much wider and more open this the flugelhorn is than the trumpet.
This choice became a defining element of his sound and opened up new possibilities for blending jazz with other genres. That was smart, because it was different to do at that time. Chuck Mangione was also a celebrated composer for film and TV. In 1978, he won an Emmy for The Children of Sanchez, a sweeping film score that blends jazz, Latin rhythms, and orchestral arrangements. Now that big song, Feels So Good, was recorded in 1977 and hit the airwaves in February of 1978. It wasn't just a song, it was a phenomenon. It crossed over into the mainstream in a way instrumental tracks rarely did, if ever. The single soared to number 4 on the Billboard Hot 100, which was an incredible feat for an instrumental track, especially during them days. It also spent weeks dominating the adult contemporary charts, proving its universal appeal. It even became one of the longest instrumentals to receive regular airplay on mainstream radio stations. At its peak, the song was reportedly played on U.S. radio stations more than 4,000 times a day. Man, I'm telling you, man, I know because I was there listening. They played that thing to death. The album of the same name was equally successful, reaching the top 10 on the Billboard 200 and earning a platinum certification, signifying over 1 million units sold in the United States alone. It stayed on the Billboard charts for an incredible 78 weeks. The single eventually got a Grammy nomination for Best Pop Instrumental Performance and remains a benchmark for instrumental success. Chuck's stage presence also set him apart. Whether performing in small clubs or large arenas, his iconic wide-brim hat and contagious smile made him instantly recognizable. He wasn't just a musician, he was a performer who brought joy to numerous audiences all over the world. Over the years, Chuck has done acting on shows like Magnum P.I. and has been nominated for multiple Grammy Awards. And my man actually won one for the Best Instrumental Composition with that piece called Bellavia, and Best Pop Instrumental Performance with Children of Sanchez. Mangione's composition Chase the Clouds Away was even used in the 1976 Olympics in Montreal, Quebec. And his composition Give It All You Got, man, I love that song so much. It was the theme to the 1980 Winter Olympics in Lake Placid. Chuck also received the Eastman School of Music's Distinguished Alumni Award and has been honored with numerous accolades for his contributions to jazz education. His work has inspired countless musicians to pick up the flugelhorn and help redefine what jazz could be in the modern era. Interestingly, Chuck Mangione's influence even extended into pop culture. In the late 90s through the early 2000s, he became a recurring character on the animated TV series King of the Hill, where he played an exaggerated version of himself. This lighthearted portrayal introduced a whole new generation to his music and made him a household name again. Now, even though Feel So Good remains his most iconic track, hey man, Mangione's discography is vast and varied. His albums continue to be celebrated for their innovative fusion of jazz and contemporary sounds. Chuck's ability to adapt and experiment while maintaining his melodic sensibility has made him a timeless figure in music.
And welcome two-time Grammy Award winner, Chuck Mangione. He will now perform our national anthem.
Well, as of 2024, and at the age of 84 years old now, this renowned flugelhorn player and composer is enjoying retirement after a highly celebrated career in jazz. Chuck Mangione has largely stayed out of the public spotlight, though he continues to be recognized for his contributions to music. In recent years, he has mainly focused on personal life and legacy, while occasionally engaging in community and charitable activity. His brother Chuck is still beloved for his earlier works and appearances. His music remains influential, with younger generations continuing to discover his great compositions every day. However, common sense tells you he's no longer hitting the stage like he used to. But we still love him. Chuck Mangione, man, one of the greatest horn players to ever be part of the game. One crazy thing before we go, Chuck Mangione actually plays drums and piano and a few other instruments and things like that. This dude is pretty well-rounded as a musician. Don't let that slip past you. Man, do I appreciate all of the work that this guy's done in the past. And man, do I hope you appreciate and find value in this type of information that we do on this channel. I'm Mr. Mindset. I'm going to check you guys out next time, so stay tuned to the channel. See y'all later.